So, okay, let's just go ahead and let's close our eyes. And so, there we go. Okay. So let's just tap back. So, and what I'll do is when I say tap back, like, tap where your heart's at. So let's just tap back a little bit and feel that. Tap back, tap yourself back. And so from the current time and place, we're going back 10 years, now 20 years, now back to that age of when we didn't think that we were enough. And let's go before that. Let's go right there to the point of when we didn't think that we were enough, or that we discovered that we're not enough. And now let's bring in our current selves. Now, what would we really say to that 3 or 4 year old? So give it a second, think about it. What would you really say that 3 or 4 year old? You'd say, you're strong no matter what. You're strong no matter what you feel like, whether you feel like you're a boy or a girl. You're strong mentally, you're strong emotionally, you're strong spiritually, and you are strong. And that society's burdens aren't your burdens. That's what you would tell the 3 or 4 year old. Society's burdens are not your burdens. Those are a view and a judgment that we choose not to have. And so look deeply into your eyes as a 3 or 4 year old and just tell the child in front of you that you are enough. You always will be enough. And then what does the child say back to you? Does the child say, but I'm not strong enough as a boy? And then show them all the times in life, in this current life, that you were strong no matter what. And it wasn't that it was a strong male energy or a strong female energy. It was just your strong energy and how that got you through.
Feel like I have a tough time seeing myself as a child, or there's a lot of resistance or something. I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's okay. So let's take ownership of that. Let's take ownership of resistance. Let's go back, put the resistance away. So if you don't see yourself as a child, what do you see yourself as? And so whoever that is, that's okay. Could you use an avatar? Could it be somebody else? And so let's just add some things into this group, the truths about that, and anybody else can have input and say whatever they'd like to, but is that you're women are smart no matter who says, whatever society says. Women are beautiful no matter what society says. Women are strong no matter what society says. We choose that women are strong. We choose that we can be strong without having to hurt. We can choose to work out without having the pain to try to prove somebody wrong because we're working out. We can also choose to be feminine. We can also choose to be masculine. We can choose to pull off the labels, tear off the masks, and put it away. And so we're going to command the download of what it's, the feeling, thinking, acting is that we don't have to be anything but what we are enough. And so there's an avatar issue with being enough, and an archetype issue with being enough. Okay, avatar. Okay, and then archetype issue. If I say Gigi is enough, it says no. It says, and avatar, or not avatar, archetype. Garima is enough, it says no. Olga says is enough, it says no. Okay, so those are just archetypes. Those are something that has to download. So it is the okay, for Gigi it's supposed to be the cherished, so we could pull the not enough for cherish and command the download of the cherished as far as an archetype, somebody who is cherished, who's looked upon with great bewilderment and excitement. And so Olga's archetype is not enough and being enough. This is a weird archetype name. Olga, you're supposed to have the I am, just so whatever you are is okay. And rather than being not enough. So we're command not enough to your library, to also your family library. And then I am. And then, okay. Where are we going? Then Garima. Garima, it's supposed to be I am with you too. And it's like, I am the creator. I am who I say I am. I am magic. I am all these things for some reason. And so that's where yours is supposed to come out, being not enough. And then the I am needs to come back in. Does Gigi need the I am? Yeah, but it's in a different art. Okay, you got a different archetype. Okay. And the archetype. Okay, you got an archetype. The archetype says the boy. Okay, and it's like says that needs to come out, and then you're supposed to have the I am archetype. So you had two archetypes that were kind of off. So, and if so,
that's crazy. You said the archetype, the boy.
Yeah.
After that whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
wow.
it's not going to. It just means that you don't have to play that role so strongly. And so it's like, because you're not only are you genetically a woman, you know, and it's okay to have, you know, male I mean, it's, everything is okay. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with any one of us, but but you needed that. And so, but you didn't need to have an archetype. You've been playing that role for too long. And so that was a role of the 4-year-old. And so we're not having that anymore. And so we're going to take ownership of that. And then And then we're going to go ahead and walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to walk down 8 flights of steps. Yeah, it's 8 flights of steps. And there's a hallway. And so there's a door in front of each of us, and we'll go ahead and walk through that door. Okay, and there is a stone table, and on it there's a book, and the book has many, many, many chapters of just old stuff that we've been carrying around. All our judgments about ourselves, all the judgments of society, all the judgments from family and friends and programming and from schools and everything about that, why a woman is less than, or that you can't be this strong as a woman, so you have to always make up for it. Those kinds of things. These are all our own personal issues. So if you don't, it's okay. But see how thick the book is. So like Gigi, I picture a book about 2 foot thick. Olga,
I didn't picture it that big, but I did picture it pretty thick, like a dictionary.
yeah, I picture it like, so, Olga, it's like to me it's like a 1.5 feet, but I'm trying to see like everything that's related to it. Like we're talking about everything, related experiences. And so, and Garima, it's about 2 foot thick too, because it's also, you're carrying all this from, you guys got to understand, we're carrying this from generations and bloodlines and things like this. It's like, this is stuff that we're healing for, for our mothers and our grandmothers and that kind of stuff. Like I got a big book, and mine is like, compared to your guys's, mine is like 4 foot thick, this book. And so this is something that I'm helping clean, out of my family line as well. So now we see this book, and so if you look at the front page, somewhere you signed into it. So see your name there, and then see the blank line underneath it, and then sign off on that. And it doesn't even have to be your personal signature and your personal name right now. It just has to be whatever you feel your signature is. So write that out. Okay, and here's what we're supposed to do: is we're supposed to actually hand that to the 3-year-old or the 4-year-old that's been carrying that around. And they're going to say something like to us that, like, this book used to be heavy, it's not anymore. Something like that. And you see them put the book away. And while they're there we go. Okay, and while they're putting that book away on that shelf, there's another book, and it's gleaming, and it's not super thick. It's just like the size of like a yearbook, a high school yearbook. And so you can see it is gold or silver or adorned or shining, whatever's coming to your mind. So, and let that 3 or 4-year-old just bring it back to you. And then open this book. And then I see one paragraph, and the big headline is what I see is you are amazing just as you are. And then I see a bunch of writing. These are the new thoughts, beliefs, feelings that you would have about yourself. And then I see at the bottom where you can sign off on that or sign into this book. Now, put your arms around that 3 or 4-year-old and pull that little person into your heart and take the book and put it into your heart and just hold that. Wow, that's huge. Okay, so then we're going to come out of those perspective libraries, walk out the door, come back 8 steps up, and then I picture us coming into taking that last step up onto like a massive field. And then there's a billboard, and the massive billboard says different things to each one of you, and it'll say flash different things, but it's flashing different things. Okay, and somebody is being told, now you have your freedom, you are free. Somebody is being told, you are amazing no matter what you think, regardless of what you think or what you may think, something like that. And then next one that's coming, it says, one says you think you've lived until now, but really your life has just started. So I don't know that that's a rebirth for somebody. And then okay, there it goes. Okay. And then from all directions, there are like 1,000, then 2,000, then 3,000, then 4,000 laughing little girls, ages 3, 4, all bright smiles, all looking forward to a different life. And so these are the souls and spirits of our past. This is all the little girls that have been in our lineage, our grandparents, our grandmothers, aunts, And all these little girls that are celebrating are the ones that are to come into our lineage. And they're so giggly and they're laughing and they're having this amazing time. And they're saying to us, thank you so much for releasing these bonds from us. And that the reason why you guys all carried all this pain and all this hurt is because you guys were the strongest ones to do this for the family. You took it upon yourselves and you did it. And now these little girls have been released from the pains that they felt about not feeling enough, not being enough, being told they weren't enough, being told that they couldn't do something. Oh. Okay. And so you may recognize some of these little girls. You may not. That's okay. This is the stuff that we did for the sacred feminine this evening. And we would do this not only for our relations and our relatives, but our friends. So we see other thousands and thousands of little girls coming and celebrating, and millions and millions, and then billions and billions. And that we did the work. Okay, now we have to sign off on doing the work. That's something completely different. We're writing that in the stars. We're supposed to write that in the stars. We did the work. To be burdened. And now we command the download of what it's like to be free. And set others free. Have the choice to be who it is that we're meant to be. And so it is. And now we're going to come back. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And so it is. Witnessed, signed, sealed. Whew. That was huge. Anybody have any breakthroughs? Did you see anything? Did you feel anything? Did you?
I didn't as much see the like people or myself, but I saw, I mean, wonderful patterns. I mean, I definitely wanted to like stop and draw, but then I couldn't stop and draw because then I opened my eyes and then the light and then they wouldn't be there anymore. But they were very enjoyable.
Yeah, there you go.
And they almost look like cymatics. Like that's really what it looked like. Very colorful cymatics. And through some of those I got like chills.
Good. It's interesting because that's a phenomenon that's starting to happen with people, is when they end up seeing like kaleidoscopes and things like that kind of an effect within their. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, they are very beautiful.
Good.
Very, very beautiful.
Good. Olga, did you feel anything? Did you see anything? Did you not? It's okay if anybody, it's not always magic.
Oh, I didn't realize I was muted. Yeah, no, I was like talking to myself for a minute there.
Good.
No, I broke down in tears, like whatever
Good.
whatever happened, like I just started crying, and but I've been doing a lot of that lately, so I guess that was a really good thing for me to do.
That's good. Good, good, good.